doing a little leading lesson with Zeke. He's our 3-month-old. He was bucket fed. Don't really want to bottle feed him. You want to bucket feed him if you do take them off the mama. We got him just recently. We didn't do all of that. But he's got his normal zebra personality. We were going to try and show how he's a little bit reluctant to lead. And this is a good video because it applies to horses as well. What were we saying earlier? That anything that you do with zebras applies to horses?
Yes.
Especially
so
foals?
Zebra training methods will work with horses.
But any horse method will not necessarily work with zebras. And we think that's partly because of their flight instinct. We don't like lunging them. Because the minute you get them running, they start to sort of go into that flight mode and they'll start to run fences and things. But what we want to show is release of pressure where you're not, see how he tends to be resistant. So anytime you get even a step or two, right, you release the pressure and pet him. Because you don't want to drag your zebra. And we used to have to kind of drag him when we first got him. But now he's learning that there is a release of pressure. And you just...
If he's being a little reluctant, you just let him take a couple steps. Give him a pet. At this age, you don't need him to be walking super long distances. Boy.
And what are the differences we've noticed with zebras and horse foals? There are some differences. And now I'm completely drawing a blank as to what they are. They get very attached to one person, generally.
Yes.
And they will protect you. Marty, that you see out back there, is sort of my zebra. She's my guard zebra. And if she's in the backyard, she will not let Zeke come near me. And she'll just stand behind me and basically protect me. So they get real attached to you, which makes it easy to get real attached to them. Don't you think? We keep thinking we're going to sell a zebra, and then we fall madly in love with them because they really bond with you. And the other interesting thing that we found with the how many we've trained, 5 I guess, or 6 or so.
6 now.
Yeah. Is that as long as you keep their front end to you, you're in pretty good shape. We've never had them strike out. We've had more stud colts strike out than we have zebras. They're not real bitey, which we would thought they might be. They're not nippy at all. And we, generally with horses, we're reluctant to hand feed ones, especially if they get super like nippy, because they can start nipping at you for food. The zebras don't, and you can kind of hand feed them and they still won't get nippy, generally. If they start to get nippy with anything, you want to stop doing that. You can always throw the treats on the ground if they start to like bite at you looking for treats. There you go. So you just wait for a step or two and then always release and pet. So he's come a pretty long way. He's still a little reluctant.
Yeah, it's better.
And you can't work with them for more than like 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes. You can work with them again later in the day.
After they've had a little break.
Yeah.
Just don't want to outdo their attention span.
Yeah, so we call it, you don't really want the business end of the zebra facing you, and that means the behind. They're much more likely to kick than they are to bite or to strike. So you're pretty safe if you're in front of them in general. This is what the zebras we've worked with.
So if you've got one that's real tame, just every time you work with them, you want to be petting all over their butt, working on getting used to that so that they're not kicky. And then the other thing people do, is the safest place to be is right next to them.
Okay.
Because if he tries to kick me, all he's going to do is possibly shove me, because he can't get any power behind him.
Okay.
Behind his feet. And people think that they should be here. That's the perfect place to kick you.
Okay.
If you're a couple feet away.
And with foals and young zebras, you do tend to be more physical with them. I think that's why people don't like working with them, is you have to sort of push them a little bit sometimes, right? I notice Katie gets a lot more physical with them sometimes. Not in a mean way, but like you're not smacking them or doing anything like that, but you have to push them with your body more than you do a big horse.
Just like Mama will do to them sometimes.
Exactly.
Kind of move them around.
And zebras are very smart. We've decided they are extremely smart. And we try to never get, you never want to be an aggressive person with them. You just have a lot of patience with them, and they get used to things pretty quickly. Their feet usually are an issue, and we think that comes from just the wild, if something's picking up their foot, it's usually a lion getting them, so they just tend to be much more sensitive about their feet than horses would be.
Yeah.
Because foals at this age, by now usually just don't care. I mean, you can pick up their feet a couple times, they don't care. The zebras, they care a little bit. He's pretty good about it.
Yeah.
But Marty doesn't like her feet very much being messed with. Oh, he's so cute. Love his little eyes. Anyway, that's Zeke. He's 3 months old. So we're done. That's our leading lesson. And that's with a more reluctant horse. You just want to kind of take the time and release the pressure.
Right now it's time to bring out the dance.
Is the crew you hear? Yeah, design a rhyme I just won't fear. Back to react, enough is enough. Let me ask you a question.